Nomi, you've worked on campaigns before.
I have.
What kind of failure leads you to enter into a room of supporters
I love this
in
song.
New Hampshire, right? Yeah, now, like you have advanced men, this and that. Your advanced man is like, all right, don't worry, Pete. We got 6 American flags on stage. You're going to walk up there. The seal of New Hampshire is going to be up there. You're going to look like president.
I'm sorry, just
Thanks.
as a side note, is that ship sinking in the New Hampshire seal?
It does look like it's capsized.
It's the flag.
That's sort of, I think that may have been a little bit telling. So Pete Buttigieg walks onto this stage, and apparently it turns out everyone in the audience is a protester.
This is amazing.
Thanks for coming. We want the same things. I can't make out your song, but we definitely want the same things. Now,
You can't make out the song. Well, I got a clue for you. I can't make it out either, but I can read. And like every single sign that's there says 2020, Pete takes money from fossil fuel. So I'm going to guess this is the Sunrise Movement people. And they came in and I mean, to me, it suggests that there's some type of breakdown on the campaign.
I think so. And, you know, maybe it's fundraising. I mean, he has a lot of money, but who knows how much he's spending it. I don't know how much cash was on hand in the last filing. But I think right now the game is you want him to hit below 15%, as John said.
Yep.
Because covering him, I covered the DNC chairs race in 2017. And, you know, it's hilarious because in 2017, people were like, why is this guy running for DNC chair? And he's running for president now. But it's the same playbook. He wanted to be able to be a kingmaker in the end. At the end of the day, I think he had three people supporting him. So it was a smoke and mirrors kind of campaign. But he put all of his support behind Tom Perez. And, you know, I could see him working the room and how he did it back then. But the truth is that if he doesn't hit 15%, you know, he doesn't have much of a path to victory or much to barter on. But the question is, where does that support go? Does it go to Biden? Does it go to Warren? That is a real issue.
Right. And how much control does he have of that support? Right.
So do you want him in the race or don't you want him in the race? And this is, I think, the sophisticated strategy that hopefully Bernie's team is.
What do you think? What I mean, if you like, do you want him in the race?
I think yes, because
the idea is it's pulling from Warren
and Biden. Yeah. Until probably as far along as possible, Super Tuesday, and then he has to bow out. I mean, once it's clear that Bernie's, you know, locked it down, if he wins the first 3 or first 2 and then Nevada and, you know, loses South Carolina or whatever, and comes in winning California, it's going to be, even if the delegate count is more or less close, it's just...
There's going to be pressure on Buttigieg from party elders to step aside so that we can stop Bernie.
Now, keep in mind, if Biden or Warren, but I'll say Biden for the sake of this exercise, is not pulling in big numbers from California or Texas or any of these big states, but it's smaller states, or he's second choice in many states, and the delegate count, almost like Hillary and Bernie, on the flip side, I would love to see how the DNC frames that, because, you know, they kept trying to say to Bernie, well, it's the math, math, get out of the race, it's the math. Of course, they were counting super delegates that whole time, and they were neck and neck when it came to actual delegates. I'm very curious how the DNC is going to frame it this time around. Are they going to start saying we're going into a broken convention in March after Super Tuesday?
Well, I guess we'll see. You know what? We